meal prep. This is the hardest thing ever in the morning, is when you're tired and you're drinking coffee and you're frying up extra bacon, because in your head you're going, I'm going to eat all the bacon. But that's supposed to be for 3 days, not just for this morning. But this is what I'm going to eat in a day. I've got bacon frying, and then I'm going to fry 3 large eggs. These are Pete and Jerry's. They're organic. They're free range. They have access to bugs, but they're also given feed. They don't have any antibiotics, hormones, pesticides, GMO feed. Certified humane, which I like. And they also have the added omega-3s because they're also given the feed. So it's like a mid-range egg. They're not as expensive as the pastured eggs. Not as cheap as the omega-3 eggs from England's Best. The yolks are super orangey. I see that as a great sign. And they're still humanely raised. So I think it's a great compromise for people who want to do humane eggs but can't afford locally pastured. And of course, I've got a cup of coffee here. There's 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, a packet of Knox unflavored gelatin, and just coffee in there. No sweetener or anything. As you can see, I still use iodized salt because I still have some left. I'm going to get some Redmonds, though, I think, next, because I hear it tastes amazing. And yeah, and that's what we're doing this morning. And I now just finished a half hour of doing some Pilates, because yesterday I did TRX, and so today's more of a recovery day, so I concentrated on my core, like my back, my butt, my abs, and flexibility. And so now it's lunchtime, and I wanted to show you I'm having half a pound of grass-fed beef, a little bit of butter, and salt for lunch. Blood sugar's doing really well today. And I will actually be having this same meal for dinner after class. So I will see you guys later. Just finished going to Aldi's to restock my freezer with some grass-fed beef. I'm a little skeptical as to whether or not it's grass finished because it just says 100% grass-fed, but it is organic. I got some fish, I got some wild-caught flounder and wild-caught salmon. I do like these seltzers. There's no sweeteners in them, it's just flavored water. I got some spicy brown mustard, some flavored coffee. I know, it's like my one vice right now. And then just things like this. These are $5.99 a pound. These are eye around steak. It's like not as fatty as a ribeye, but they're a little bit more affordable. And then I also got these petite sirloins. As you can see, there's some fat on there, and they were also $5.99 a pound. And then I got chicken thighs that are skinless and boneless. They're frozen. And then I got my husband a couple of bags of some frozen veggies and Alfredo sauce, because he loves Alfredo sauce, and he'll eat things if I put Alfredo sauce on them. The ingredients of the Alfredo sauce it's not as bad as some of the other ones. It still has modified cornstarch, and has some soybean oil in it. But the soybean oil, I know this is horrible, right? I should make this myself. But he loves this stuff. But it's not the first ingredient like some. The first ingredient's water, the cream, and then the actual cheese. So, you know, compromise. But I will be eating the meat. Now, I can show you how I prep the meat in a little bit. Dinner is more beef and butter and salt, like I said before. And we did an hour and a half of low impact cardio today in class because everybody's going to go binge on carbs, and so we all had to overdo cardio in order to make up for that. Then I came home and I did yoga, and now it's time for dinner. Alright, so I wanted to show you how I do my food prep. All you're going to do is heat up a pan on like medium low-ish. Then you're going to attempt to cut open your container while you're holding a pan or a phone. Let's move this out of the way so we don't cross-contaminate. This is 85% lean beef, so it's got like 2 more grams of protein per serving than the 80/20 that I normally get. All right, success. And you just, oh my goodness. There we go. Look at that beef. It looks like beef. It's defrosted. Oh my goodness, I gotta sit you guys down. All right, so what you're going to do next is you're going to put a pan, your container on here. This is for type 1 diabetics or people who are taking insulin in order to get proper dosing. If you aren't dosing yourself with insulin to cover stuff, I would just eat until you're satisfied. But I have to make sure I dose the proper amount of insulin. So you put your container on there that you're going to portion this into. Turn on your scale, make sure it's tared out to 0, and you're just going to fill it up with meat. And what I'm doing right now is I'm draining the meat slightly. And what I'll do is once I get this all split into containers, if I want to, I can actually pour the beef fat over the containers, so that way I still have a pretty accurate bit in my numbers here. So we're almost done. So we have, make sure you get it all that good stuff. All right, so we have 342 grams. So we're going to divide that by 2. So that's 17.5. So 175, right? Yeah. See, we need 175 in each container. So what you'll do next is you'll get little containers like this. And we move it. Make sure it's still all right. And you're going to, since it's divided by 2, you're going to want to just take out beef until it says 172 on, see, it's right now at 262. These little Pyrex containers are wonderful. Trying to really get away from using plastic for containers. We're at 180 now, 168, so we'll pop a little bit back in. All right, there we go. So now there should be 172 in here and 172 in here. What I'll do next is I get my second container. We'll put it in here. We use a variety. So what I'll do is I put this Pyrex on here, zero it out, then, all right, it says 168. So now we'll let these cool, and I'll scrape out the rest of that in a second. Let these cool. If you want to add a little bit of salt or seasoning, you can. But yeah, just let these cool, put the lids on, and put them in the fridge. And tomorrow I will have my 1 pound of beef ready for the day. And I will be able to take my insulin properly for it. And that is how I do my meal prep and what I eat in a day.